to add that to next year's budget.
There on wetlands.
No, because the
Surface water management.
Yeah, the city is becoming a little bit more restrictive on their fees and their requirements where they would allow the district to waive some type of fee structure. Now they're saying there's no waiver, so we have to pay full price.
But surface water is like storm drains.
Yeah.
And
So why is, okay,
Yeah.
quickly, why is Skyview so much?
It's just based on square footage.
Oh, square footage.
It's a formula.
Yeah, it's a formula
Okay.
driven based on square footage.
More
But the
land
same,
you have.
no, the same square footage was 14 one year is now 44.
Oh, I see, you were giving the
King
example.
County.
Okay.
Yeah, because they
They just
increase their fees so much and we don't have any control. Last item, we had an interest in adding an SRO at SAS, but currently the city of Bothell can't provide. The reason it's on the list is because you may see it on the list again a year from now if they come up with a solution, if they can provide us an officer, either part-time or full-time or some shared arrangement. We will keep exploring that option, but for now it's off the table, so there's no cost.
So when we see this on the budget, this is all just intertwined in, or do we see this 5 million separated out somewhere?
Intertwined.
Intertwined. Okay.
So, and then, in terms of timing with what Olympia's doing?
But this is part of the increase.
So-
Right, right. I'm just wondering about how this
So
is.
we still have to, I think by law or regulation, we have to have a budget published by July 10. And it, regardless of where the state budget is, in most years, of course, we have a state budget on July 10.
If they don't have a budget by June 30th, they'll give us to July 17th. Which, because our board meeting is on the 14th, it doesn't benefit us to wait another 7 days and try to do something different. So our plan is full speed ahead. You'll see like tonight, the staffing's in place. That's great. We're tying up a lot of the budget now. It's, 5% of the adjustments will take 30% of the time, but we'll get it done.
So we've been working, Chris and Lydia have been working for the last couple of months. I mean, you're just trying to figure out conservative, what you think your best estimates are going to be of where the final budget is going to land. So that's why a number of these items on here, say that they're on hold or whatever, because they're items that we feel would be best if we waited to make some final decisions on. Some of the other ones, particularly when if you're trying to hire ELL teachers, if we go out in August and trying to hire quality ELL teachers, they'll all be gone. So we've got to make some of those other kinds of decisions earlier if we want to position ourselves to the best opportunity.
And these, like again, are program staffing enhancements. What's not on here, which you did see in the 3-year budget projection back in January, is a very large pension increase, which will cost the district millions of dollars because the state doesn't fund a lot of that pension increase.
How many millions of dollars?
I think we had originally projected that the gross cost was 3.4 million just to raise the pensions district-wide, and then the state reimburses us a part, and it's in my folder that was provided.
It would be nice, I don't know if there's a way to do this, but when we see the budget, it would be nice with all the increases to see a bulk, like program enhancement, it's 5 million. Just, I don't know if we can have like it even in our own info.
Here's one of the difficulties. So we do an estimate. Those pension increase are over 3,000 people, and all those extra hours, all that overtime, all the substitutes, those pensions are already built into the budget model. So what I'm trying to say is, if we did each one by hand, we'd be reporting a year from now, because if it takes so long, I
think we did a similar thing to what you're talking about last year, Kimberly. We had in in the budget presentation in July, we had a slide or two where we talked about all of the enhancements that were built into the budget. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Yeah, like you gave us this and now this makes sense to me, and
Right.
so I can go, oh, here's 5 million, and somebody, when you're
Right.
being asked, like, okay, 50 million, you spent
Okay.
50 million more,
So
where
I
did
can
it go?
give you
And I'm
an-
like,
We can clump them in some.
Gross.
Well,
detail.
or
Yeah, I mean,
big
Those are by the
estimates.
categories,
Sure.
So
operations or,
I like this kind of an information.
Pension
Very
increase,
helpful.
we're estimating the district cost is 3.4 million. State will fund 2 million. So that will leave a net cost to the district of 1.4. Same thing for the cost of living, depending on what, it's 1/8 or 3 or what, it's gonna be somewhere in the $1.5 million range.
The other significant cost that isn't incorporated here is just general FTE growth, particularly teaching related to increased enrollment. More kids generate more teachers. That was covered in the 3-year budget projection, isn't reflected here as an enhancement because it's
Yeah,
not really an enhancement.
yeah,
We'll
but that's
see it.
easier to get.
Right.
These smaller amounts that add up to a lot of dollars, it's like, okay, what is that?
So does the FTE balance out a lot of this 5 million? What is the bottom line for the things that aren't currently in the 15-16 budget? All of your on hold items? What is it if it's not 5 million?
You can resort it and send it out. I can't add it that fast right now.
You got that calculator?
I know.
Come on, Jeff.
Quick, just pop that out, okay.
But I would,
You know, you don't have to.
No, I
sit
can
and
do that.
math. I can do that math. I have a calculator. Okay.
if you like, I can,
I just thought you'd have it. That's okay.
So I have a question, so on the staffing proposal that we're gonna talk about in a few minutes, those increases also include increases for growth, correct? It's not just the sets of FTE, so if we look at that total increase, some of it is because we have to hire kindergarten teachers, whatever, because of the growth, correct?
So you will see tonight, it's 45 additional certificated full-time equivalent positions. You'll see like the 3 ELL are part of that 45.
Okay.
And I try to explain, anytime that there's a change in budget years, but more than one, we try to explain the reasons for the increase. So some of it is this, some of it is just pure enrollment growth.
Okay, so we're kind of double counting sometimes,
A little over $1 million.
meaning that
Thank you.
if I'm seeing it on here,
I got my
1,024,000.
calculator. I haven't entered it.
the
A billion
FTE
what?
is gonna include these, so I can't just go, okay, 5 million's here, because it could be in other categories. Do you see what I'm,
Yes,
see what I'm
and
saying?
this 5 million is not all staff, so,
Right,
right.
right, but I was thinking, okay, this is a $5 million, I'm thinking in my head, this is a $5 million increase, it's,
Cycle between.
yeah, I get what you're saying. So like you're saying, the FTE, well, 3 of those are included, this isn't on top of those and in a different category, kind of.
Correct, yes,
Okay.
all mixed. And then finally, the last labor cost that we don't spend a lot of time talking about, but a teacher who had 6 years of experience this year has 7 years of experience next year. That's about a $3,000 to $5,000 salary increase. And that's, hard to capture.
How is that, so there's not a way to really capture that in a budget report that you had this many move up a level?
Pretty tricky.
It's pretty tricky because then you also have a teacher at the top of the scale who retires, and may be replaced by a newbie. So there might be an offset there, so
So we
Is
keep.
there a way to capture the total?
that's
As
the
far-
way the state does it. They call it a mixed factor. It's the statistical average of your experience and education level of your staff. So
And
every year we have to project what that mix is going to be.
Does that come out as a dollar for us though? Is there a way to see the end result dollar-wise?
Yes.
Like plus or minus?
There's a way to see their base 180-day contract. What you can't get at very easily is the try doesn't tie directly to
That's a local
This-
schedule.
table, you've got this table, which is a state
Okay.
schedule for their 180-day contract, teaching contract. And then you've got the tri, which is a district, and then you blend the two. So you can get what your average base teacher makes without any supplemental pay pretty easily. It's about 56,000 before the district.
So we can see if our average has gone up
Yes.
in a year.
Mhm.
So we can capture it that way maybe.
And we won't know
Maybe
until
just
about
as it does.
November.
Right, but we can,
Yeah, yes,
See
absolutely.
it.
And we do, we watch that
okay.
because that average.
And we can get that information. Just say our average per teacher went up $2,000.
Just-
They're thinking of, okay, dollar, you know, when people are going, where's all your money going?
Well, Liz said, we watch that very carefully because if we've underestimated that average mix,
Mhm.
then we've built our budget around less, there's gonna be more costs for a more experienced and more highly educated staff, yet we built our budget around something different than that. So that's a very important number for us. We watch really carefully.
But right now, we don't know, all the teachers who just retired this month, we don't know who's gonna fill their spot precisely. It's probably not gonna be someone with 16 or more years of experience, but it might not be with someone with 0
Ooh,
years
brand
of
new,
experience.
right.
So you have to try and estimate that.
Can we, so when we look at the budget on the 14th, can we see just that what that average was 2013, 2014?
Sure. You can see it 1450.
14, I'm sorry,
Mhm.
14.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
14. I'm a year off now. Maybe we can see a couple years, 13, 14, 14, 15, so we can see what that looks like.
I would say right now in general, we're getting younger and less
Finally.
experienced.
Yep.
We had a bit of a backlog of people
So
not
that's-
retiring during the recession, and now that's breaking a little bit, so we're getting a little bit younger as a set.
But then we're hiring more teachers, so our expenses are going down.
The other contributing factor is the Charlotte and the Danielson, the whole TPEP evaluation. There were people that were kind of on the cusp of deciding, I don't want to be under that new system as well, so.
It's prompting some,
It's prompting some
Retirement.
retirements that may not have been prompted. They didn't want to have lunch or something.
And as your staff mix goes down, though, your state funding goes
it
down.
goes down.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
But that's proportional, right?
It is.
well, except for the local schedule. Right.
This is all good information.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It helps us understand up there.
Thanks, Lydia. All right, if you have 12 minutes to quickly grab something to